Joining us now with more on this decision is the Orange County, California undersheriff Don Barnes is with us. Sir, first I want to applaud you. Yeah. Secondly, I kind of took what your attorney general out in California said as a threat. In other words, he wouldn't, almost insinuating he might try to arrest you for just putting out who's in jail and when they're getting released. Isn't that legal?
Well, it is completely legal. It's under the law that was passed under Senate Bill 54. There is a provision that says what we clearly cannot do, which is we cannot communicate with Immigration and Customs Enforcement, but it says we can make this information available if we make it available to the public, which is exactly what we've done yesterday. Yeah. So we are following the law, and we have an obligation to follow the law.
Doesn't the state of California, when you have an Oakland mayor, again, the ICE was trying to enforce laws against criminal illegal immigrants, those that committed other crimes beyond that which was not respecting our laws and sovereignty. If I were to give people a warning that you were about to go in and hold them accountable for crimes, would I be aiding and abetting and obstructing justice?
Well, potentially, but that I think that would be a little bit of a stretch. This is what we are very clearly doing. We're going after very serious offenders who are in custody of our jail and are being convicted of some very serious crimes. SB 54 allows us to notify ICE on those that were under the Trust Act, which was passed in 2014, a previously passed legislation. And that's what we're doing. We're still notifying ICE. The sheriff has that discretion. Last year, we turned over 580. We had 57,000 bookings, so that's a small percentage, or actually just 58,000. This year, we've already turned over 181. But 244 individuals were not turned over to ICE, and that's what we're concerned about. So they're very serious crimes, and they're being returned back into the community, and quite honestly, back to the communities in which they preyed upon and committed their crimes to begin with. So we're trying to help the community be safer by turning these individuals over to ICE and not letting them return to the communities and commit more crime.
Do you have a response to the Attorney General and the comments that he made tonight? Because I took them as a little threatening towards you.
Well, they were threatening, but I would say my hope would be that he would read the language of the law that was passed. It very clearly says in there what we can and cannot do. We cannot communicate with ICE, which is in and of itself a challenge. It's returning us back to a pre-9/11 condition legislatively where we can't talk with other federal law enforcement agencies, and that's problematic on its face. But it also has a provision where we can make this information available publicly. It's information made available publicly on every inmate within our custody of the jail who has a sentence expiration date, not those who are here illegally. Every inmate in our care has that information posted online. So we're not designating anybody. Anybody can go sift through that information, find out who's here.
Sure, if he does do anything, I promise you I will do everything in my power to help mobilize people to assist and help you in any way we can. Thank you for standing up for the rule of law.